Welcome. Today is Saturday, April 27th in the Northern Hemisphere, and before the time change, and Sunday, April 28th, if you are across the date line. I want to welcome you all here today. It is crazy how quickly April has gone by, thinking that that beautiful, amazing eclipse that happened, total solar eclipse, was truly less than 20 days ago, yet it feels like a lifetime, yet it feels like yesterday. So more and more and more indicators about how um, things are shifting. Time is shifting, the whole concept of it. And also, just how when you stay in the present moment, how everything just seems to stand still yet completely flow. And that is something very interesting to begin to get used to as we shift the concept of linear time, moving more and more into the present. And of course, we've all been practicing this hopefully for years and years and years. But the actual experience of it continues to expand, it continues to evolve. And I think April, for me personally, hopefully you've experienced it as well, has really been crazy when it comes to time. So, as we sit at the end of this Gregorian calendar month, it is beautiful to be able to reflect back at the fact that we are literally just 5 weeks from the last equinox and 19 days from the eclipse, and life is just rolling. 2024 has been a very interesting ride so far. And I think you would all probably agree with me on that. And so, with that, I just want you to become more aware of how everything is affecting your inner and outer world as we continue to experience more and more of the bifurcation that is happening in our worlds, in our experiences, as more of the higher frequencies continue to come onto the planet and be anchored. The bifurcation and the experience of that for each of us is going to be unique, and yet there's some common themes, right? As our worlds and the way that we have experienced them continue to change. And we know that we cannot move into this next phase of evolution, of the ascension, by doing things the way that we have in the past. And that goes far beyond just the way we walk through our daily lives, but that is the one on one experience, right? That is the only experience we actually have. But what you may start to experience as we continue, especially this year and moving forward, the bifurcation, the split apart of realities. Because as we continue to anchor into the higher frequencies, the new magnetics, the tri-wave magnetics, and unhook from the binary and the old matrix, old paradigm, the way that you solve things, the way that you experience the world, the way that things show up become very different. And, going back to sayings we've had forever and ever, you cannot expect to find a solution at the same level that the issue was created. That's not the same, but you get the gist. It is, we are unable to continue to walk into this new reality if we're still functioning too much from the brain, right? And I mean the mental mind, the old egoic structures of the mind, the personality, just the way that we've always been, right? The way that we problem solve, the way that we think things through. You're going to start to notice that that logic doesn't hold anymore, or you can't seem to find the logic anymore. Things that used to be really easy. It's like, wow, it's not working. And it's not working because when we talk about bifurcation, when we talk about taking the old reality apart, it literally is at that quantum fabric level that we're talking about. And when you take away structures of consciousness, which is what's happening, quite frankly, when you take away the constructs in which life has been lived, okay, and not to alarm you at all because the new is dropping in, but the old constructs, the way that our brain functioned or tried to use logic or systems of logic that have been into place, as those continue to come apart, that logic isn't going to work anymore. Right? And I'm trying to give you a foundational awareness of this because you're not going to be able to solve things in your experience the same way. Everything is shifting. And so if you keep trying to make something work, or you're noticing that, man, it just doesn't seem to be as easy as it used to be when I did X, Y, and Z. It's just an example of putting the awareness back into the heart. We've been, for many of us, for decades now, we have been training ourselves to think and operate from the heart mechanism, you know. Heart Math has done beautiful, beautiful work with this across the globe, as many, many of us on the journey have. But if you are finding that things just aren't flowing and you can't figure out why, or you're trying to do something you've done forever the same way and it's just, man, it's not working, make sure you take a moment and stop and drop into the high heart from the intelligence of the heart rather than the intelligence of what we refer to as the lower mind, right? Because that whole functionality is unraveling with this bifurcation. And so rather than get frustrated, rather than get irritated, the mastery that we're all moving into is to be able to surrender the old ways as they continue to come apart. And we, of course, are on the cutting edge of that. We are the ones that are leading the way. And the more that we can master this for ourselves, the more we will be the way showers. And the more we'll be able to stay centered as everyone else around us begins to experience this as well. Many are, and they don't have any idea what's happening and why everything's just kind of what's going on. I don't understand. And they don't have the framework that we do. And that's why it's so exciting and important that we continue to master living from the heart, operating from this level, and being able to let go of the way things have always been done, because that's what got us into the world we're in right now. And so it's a micro of the macro. There, it's happening at every level of consciousness. And the more that we can step into with confidence, with understanding, with awareness that this is exactly what needs to happen. And as we can really lean into it and trust that inner knowing that if we just move our awareness into our heart and ask for the guidance, ask to be um, shown what's next. Okay, can't do it the old way, but I don't know what the new way is yet. To really drop into the heart and just continue to ask to be shown, to have that guidance show up, the right people, the right information, and ask to be 100% aligned with that divine flow that is bringing you into the new experience every single day, every single situation. So just knowing that that is going to be your true north moving forward as we continue to take apart the old paradigm, the old matrix, the old reality. And it literally is coming apart. But we have the tools, we have the awareness, we have the understanding, so much more than 99% of humanity. So, with that, just breathe into that awareness and know that the trust of your inner guidance, the honing of operating from the high heart intelligence is what is going to be your saving grace as we continue on this incredible journey of light. Hi, I'm Raquel, and I am an ascension guide, helping you to awaken and remember your quantum self. I provide a holistic, multifaceted, and comprehensive approach to your awakening and ascension, bringing you to the cutting edge of consciousness while expanding your ability to live multidimensionally. You are a divine sovereign being of light, and it's time to remember. Explore my website, raquelspencer.com, to learn about becoming your quantum self.